And welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We have now just barely hit level 70. After much grinding, because since I don't have any of that experience equipment on to try to give a more authentic experience, as you hit level 68 and 69, it locks you out of the main story. So you have to do a little bit of a grind at 68 to 69, and then again, a heavier grind, about 8 million experience points worth, to get from 69 to 70. But before proceeding with the main story quest, the hell with that, we're going to finish up our summoner quests. That's more important. That's to get these guys here. Summon Bahamut and enkindle Bahamut. Much more important than going through another single-player instance for the main story. Hold up. I didn't mean to skip all that. After grinding, I'm a little bit salty, so I kind of just blasted through the dialogue. Okay, here we go. I've learned all there is to be learned about the research facility. The time has come to make our move. From what my sister and her colleagues have told me, the laboratories are housed in an extremely dangerous quadrant of Azazla. We'll not want to wander around inviting trouble, but rather plot the swiftest and safest route to our destination. There should be a terminal somewhere that will allow us to pinpoint the section where Sari's research is being stored. Once we arrive on Azazla, finding such a terminal will be our highest priority. I've informed Captain Wolf of our forthcoming expedition. He insisted that he and his summoner squad provide us with support. Let us make ready and meet them at Helix. Alright. Okay, there we go. Yeah, at this point there's so many teleport points that it's a long list. You can split it up into different regions, but I never do. I just keep it all on the one page. Because either you're going to be scrolling or you're going to be flipping pages, one of the two, so it doesn't really matter. Azazla is even more fantastical than I'd imagined, but we mustn't let ourselves be distracted by the scenery. We should fan out and search for a control panel of some description. And we can use that to plan the simplest route to our objective, yes? Or so you hope. Aye, then we plunge ahead, swift and sure, and bring an end to this bastard clone. That is my intention. 'Tis too important to note, however, that we have yet to determine if our enemy is truly a clone or not. Doesn't matter, he's a bad guy, he needs his ass beat. That's all we really need to know. Even an artificial copy would appear as a living, breathing being. The man you fought on Seal Rock seemed almost otherworldly. I'm inclined to agree with you, Ymitra, but no matter what he is, we need to slay him to lift Prin's seal. The job remains the same. There you go! There you go! Dancing wolf with some common sense. True enough, then we should first focus on finding that terminal. Alex, if you would, pray search around the base of the Warring Triad statues. Keep your guard up. If Sari knows we're coming, he may have prepared a welcome. Well, since this is a quest, yeah, there's a good chance of getting attacked at some point, yeah. Okay, can we fucking move on with this? Okay, there we go. Now this can be a bit of a chore, because yes, it will tell you exactly where you're going. Well, to a certain extent, it's one of these bullshits. But there's so many different levels on this flagship. There's all the way to the bottom, all the way to the top, a couple in the middle, a couple where you have to come in from above. So it can be a bit of a pain in the ass finding out where you're going here. Now, if you did the Warring Triad through Uncle Ruckus there, whatever the fuck his name is, then yeah, you know exactly what I mean, because you've had to come navigating through here many times, because there's the Triad statues right there. But like down here is that's the terminal for the Warring Triad Extreme, I'm pretty sure. entrance to Etherochemical. Now on the other side we have a similar type of deal. Actually, I can't remember what the hell that other terminal was for. Up here, nope. Yep, here we go. Now see, for like Sephiroth Extreme and all that, you'd have to go down this way. But yeah, like I said, it can be a pain in the ass to navigate this area. Well, let's break out the Chocobo for these scrubs real quick. Okay, come on. Come attack me. Just die, dude. Thank you. Alright, terminal. Oh, and here asshole is. I predicted you would be the first to find me. A lesser summoner would have been slain. What, by 2 trash mobs? I doubt that. Alex. Sari's clone, it's here. You are a master of the obvious. Clone? Ah, you seek to explain my existence. An understandable theory, but I am far more than one of those clumsy creations. You had best abandon this flawed perception, lest it lead you down the path to failure. I shall await you inside, Potential. You will pass my test, your true final challenge, or you will die never knowing what I truly am. Thal's teeth, he's gone again. Did you see that, Alex? The way he vanished is akin to the dismissal of a summoned entity. So you're saying he's some sort of eggy? One what's wearing Sari's face? But how can he look so solid and, well, alive? With the aid of a computational machine, it would be theoretically possible to reconstruct Ether into a near-perfect replica of Sari's corporeal form. He was summoned using a machine? Correct. Master Sari's research developed mechanical substitutes for grimoires. In fact, the lieutenant is standing right in front of one. Looks more like the bullshit that scholars have when damn, I forgot the fucking name of their skills. I'm bad with the names of things. I know what the buttons do, but as far as the name, the tactic that scholars use to up everybody's critical rate kind of looks like that interface. This thing, looks a bit like them tomoliths on Seal Rock, only they was much bigger. Gods, can the bugger pop up anywhere there's one of these devices? I'd say pretty much, yeah. I think we can now safely assume that this Sari is the product of enhanced summoning magic. But our answer leaves us with yet another question. If Sari is the eggy, then who is the summoner? Even if the grimoire is replaced by a machine, there must still exist the one who commands it. We've got to find the master then. If we don't squash the summoner, the bastard will just bring Sari eggy back again and again and again. Whoever the bastard may be, he or she must be concealed somewhere nearby. An entity will always be summoned within a certain distance of the summoner. Even machine-enhanced techniques cannot circumvent this basic principle. That our antagonist chose not to make an appearance on Seal Rock suggests a reluctance to expose oneself to direct harm. In this location, however, with so many computational devices near to hand, I expect the foe's art will be significantly bolstered. So the egg will be even stronger than last time. All the more reason to take down this summoner quickly before we're swamped by ethereal horrors. Well, I've brought a little device that should help. An aetherometer I borrowed from my sister Stola. If I can detect the right currents, it should lead us straight to our hidden enemy. Excellent, Mitra. That may make all the difference. Right, let's be about this then. Summoner Squad, take the van and clear the way forward. Hi, we've been waiting for the chance to prove ourselves. You just focus on finding the summoner and we'll sweep aside the dregs. Will you? Or will it be up to me to do everything as usual? We shall see. Now, here we go. It's battle time. Ready for round 2? The terminal has provided us with a direct route to the research storage chamber. We're going to rip through this facility and take Sari's clone apart. It is an ethereal entity, Captain Wolf, not a clone, and I must point out that your true objective is the summoner rather than the servant. Thank you, Prin. Now shut up. As we planned then, Summoner Squad front and center. Carve Alex a path through. Aye, Captain. Damn, quit fucking yakking and let me in. Think we established where we're going about 8 dialogue boxes ago. Alright, here we go. I'm probably going to have to quit out of this and re-record this because I'm coming off as a completely angry son of a bitch right now. Wonderful, you've done well to make it this far. The summoner has to be around here somewhere. Himitra, use your gadget. I'll buy you some time. We came here to remove the seal you put on Principia. Do as we ask, and this can all end peacefully. When has that ever worked, dude? You've never talked a villain down in any video game like ever. I'm sorry, Captain. I'm afraid I can't do that. To do so would run contrary to the purpose for which I was created. Surely by now you have come to realize my true nature. You are an Eggy in the form of my creator, an existence made possible through a fusion of summoning magic and etherochemical technology. But while Master Sari was the last of the great summoners of Alag, you are not more than an elaborate imitation, and you are no match for the summoner who stands before you now. Very good, but your conjecture has missed the mark. What I am is a defense mechanism that is capable of self-enhancement in order to combat ever greater threats. Shall I phrase this in simple terms? In the event that I encounter a presence with greater potential than Sari, I am compelled to harness that potential through main force and compose its ether into a new guardian entity. You're kind of like an Omega ripoff. Or something very similar. You mean to kill Alex and make an Eggy of the Warrior of the Light? Well, that's nice to know. Even if you kill me, I'll still be able to be summoned. Have we reached an understanding? A peaceable conclusion to this encounter was never forthcoming. His reasoning has broken down. Your deeds have saved countless lives, and will continue to do so. How can one justify killing you, Master, when you embody the very principles for which summoning magic was invented? Himitra, any luck finding that summoner? I have finished tracing the threads. The camouflage is impressive, but I am still shocked that we missed something of that size. Our true enemy is up there. The fucking ADS. There's just no getting away from from those things. They're everywhere. How observant of you. You have uncovered Master Summoner Sari's greatest masterpiece, an artificially sentient evocation matrix. The complexity of my design simply cannot be compared to the primitive principles used in Principia's construction. Enough alliteratives there. Your defeat is inevitable. As you can tell by the colors there, Larry on the left there is Titan, and the green one, Mo in the middle is Garuda, and Ifrit is in the red. Tough talk for an aging machine whose logic channels have obviously rusted with disuse. Master, might you and your companions dispose of this unsightly and unseemly amalgamation of refuse? Now, here's the problem. I'm not so sure that a lot of single-player instances in this game ignore pet aggro, so I don't think you can tank any of this with Titan Eggy. Or you might be able to tank some, but not others. Others will just ignore it and aggro you personally instead. We'll have to find out real quick. And they spread out so as to make sure you cannot use your actual summoner skills. Yeah, it looks like they're going straight for Dancing Wolf. No, actually, okay. The ADS does not ignore Titan, so you can at least tank the ADS itself with Titan Eggy. Now it's going to summon. It's going to bring back Molari and Curly again. And friends. Let's see if they're close enough together to get hit by Tribind. They are not, of course. God damn it. Okay, I can catch both of these idiots in a Shadow Flare at least. I love how the Ultimate Summoner quest gimps your actual summoner skills. Doesn't allow you to use them. Our main strength is area of effect, not single target one by one throughout fucking so many ads. That's okay, we'll just dot them up, mow them down. Oh, swing, get out of the way. Pre-dot him. And he'll be dead here in a second. And then it's back to the node. I'm trying to move Titan on out of there so that... Yeah, Bane won't affect anything. However, I can Bane onto Ass Wipe over here. Now just stay out of the Allegan Bomb there that I just placed. Here goes another one. Then wipe that fool out. And then we're back to the Allegan node again. And he's gonna summon yet again. Oh, there you go, high voltage. We remember that from Coil. Oh, place these Allegan bombs away from everybody, so they don't wreck your friends. And then pray to God that it'll let you target. And of course, it's going to target everything except what I want to target. There we go, summoning node. Although this guy's high voltage is nowhere near what the ADS and Coil is. It doesn't have that ridiculous paralyze and all that shit. Gelling mass. Go ahead and get rid of these guys. Now there's so many of these that just regular tri-binds We'll kind of wipe them out. There we go. And he's about finished, buddy. Once the summoning node goes down, everything dies along with it. Now, as you could see, it was the most aggravating thing is having all the enemies spread apart like that and then coming in small waves so that you can't just AoE everything down. Basically, it takes everything that you do as a summoner and makes sure you can't do it as a test of your summoner skills, which makes as much sense as, you know, a monkey fucking a football, but oh well, we're done. As long as you don't panic in that fight, it's easy. Just continue to plink everything down. A stunning victory. We've won the day, but Captain Wolf wished to stay behind and conduct a thorough search. I told him it was still too dangerous to wander around alone, but the captain is a stubborn man. Not to worry, though. If aught should happen, we'll soon charge off to fight at his side. Captain Wolf will call us if he needs us. Aye. We should be celebrating here. Does this not mean Prin's seal is now broken? Master success is indeed something to be celebrated. I was not crafted to experience emotion, but I do feel a certain rustle of satisfaction in my pages. Once you've mastered them high and mighty techniques, you'll be stronger than ever. Well, I think I'd rather learn by your example anyway, instead of from musty scrolls written by some long-dead elegant summoner. Oh, just insult Prin right in front of it, you dumb fuck. It is in the hopes of achieving just such an outcome that I awoke from my slumber. The art of summoning is for the living, as my creator was once so fond of declaring. Alex, Prin, let us say our farewells for the moment. Thank you for your aid, everyone. We could not have done this without you. Nah, actually, I'm pretty sure we could have, but, you know. At least we've got a little posse now. We're not just running around by ourselves. So we'll see how they all come into play in the next expansion. Now let's go get our Bahamut. Or we can look at a loading screen for about a minute and a half. Okay. Luckily, Gridania's not as congested as Limsa with the world visit. Most people like to go to the Limsa Luminsa just out of force of habit to hit the Aetheryte there. That's a town that I won't go to at all from now on, unless a story quest forces me to teleport in. That's the only time I'll go to that shithole ever again. And here we go. Make sure to say goodbye to Prin, because, like I said, level 70, that would be a perfect job-specific minion for summoners to get for beating the level 70 quest. Instead we get jack shit. They missed the boat there. Welcome back, Alex. You were only meant to face 3 challenges, and we ended up chasing your prize into the heavens themselves. An unexpected development which you handled with exceptional grace, Master, and now, at long last, I can finally bequeath to you the highest secrets of summoning. Pray step forward. What a momentous occasion. The wisdom of the last of Alag's master summoners is yours. Ere you depart to explore your newfound powers, however, Captain Wolf has a report for us. It should explain much of what occurred on Azus Law. Aye, well, I wanted to be sure that the machine was truly undone, and after poking around inside it, I discovered a number of soul crystals. According to Principia, they belonged to Sari's disciples. And the captain also unearthed a tombstone containing undoctored records of that age. It would seem that following the murder of his student, Sari became increasingly bitter. Yeah, having all your buddies murdered will kind of do that to you. He began to doubt that the future could be safely entrusted to the capricious whims of mortals. Instead, he explored other methods by which new generations might be safeguarded from the threat of primals, and committed himself to etherochemical research. As you may have surmised, the evocation matrix was the end result of Master Sari's toil. Drawing on its embedded soul crystals and unrivaled computational power, this terrible invention was capable of manifesting a veritable host of ethereal avatars. Once he was satisfied with his work, Sari commanded the machine to act as civilization's mightiest guardian. And then he killed himself. Okay. His ethereal essence was absorbed and a formidable eggy was added to his invention's arsenal. So now you know the truth of it. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but yet it's hilarious. What a price to pay to ensure that the art of summoning survived unto the morrow. After failing to protect his disciples, I wonder if he meant to preserve their soul crystals in their stead. Even if that were his intention, he chose the wrong way to achieve it. Prin here is the embodiment of the hopeful ideals of Sari's younger self. The murderous machine of his latter years is the product of frustration and anger and grief. Oh, but what shall we do with the crystals? We cannot risk them falling into the hands of another villain like Tristan. Well, Ymitra, you're kind of like the fucking summoner guildmaster. Why don't you hang on to him to hand out to the new summoners that you train? But anyway, or we could just do this. If you wish, I could swallow the crystals and hold them safe until another era has need of them. My enchantments would ensure that they pass only into the hands of the worthy. Swallow? You mean to eat them? Fear not, Captain. I have no digestive tract of which to speak. And now that I have instructed Master in the wisdom of Allag, this task shall be the last I perform ere I return to slumber. Wait, so this is farewell? Correct, or mayhap more appropriately, good night. As a familiar, I was not inspelled to experience loneliness. I was, however, written with the knowledge that it is best not to draw out a parting of ways with needless sentimentality. No tears for you then, eh, Prin? Summoning magic was created to combat the threat of the primals. The ideal world is one in which I need never again awaken. Wield the art well, Master. Off to Dreamland, just like that. I suppose Prin's purpose is served, and that's the same as happiness to a familiar. Speaking of serving one's purpose, I think it's time I took my leave. Aye, the tasks of the morrow beckon to us all. Let us do what we may, so that Prin might rest peacefully for many years to come. And that's that. And you also get a set of gear for doing that. This will start you off at level 70. A nice full set of item level 290 gear. Now, obviously it's already on my hotbar, but you get Summon Bahamut and then Kindle Bahamut. You can't just run off and... Well, she was holding Prin, now where's Prin? What'd you do, just throw Prin in the fucking lake? Probably. Well, she'll probably dig her out of her ass sometime for the level 70 job quest to start Shadowbringers. But anyway, you can't just run right off and test out your new Demi-Bahamut. Nope, 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 no, there's a catch. In order to summon Demi-Bahamut, you know how you have to get your 3 ether flow stacks and blow off 3 of them in order to enter your Dreadworm trance? Well, you have to do that. And then finish your Dreadworm trance, and then restack your ether flow, and then blast off all 3 of them, and then enter Dreadworm trance again, and then blow through that a second time, and then, only then, will Summon Bahamut actually become available to you. So yeah, you're either going to need to get into a fight, or go find you a tackling dummy if you want to test that out. It's something that's locked behind, you know, several cooldowns, global cooldowns. It's not something you can just pop off right off the bat. But you'll see it in action soon enough, because we have the rest of the level 70 main story to go, and then Alamigo Dungeon, which is the end of the 4.0 storyline. But congratulations on hitting your level 70, and until then, take care.